Hello everyone. I'm back again. It's been a little while since I have re-uploaded in a bit. So anyway, back to what I was gonna say. I'm usually just, I don't know what life is like now. It's the same day, different year, and the proceeding of it all, it just feels bland. You get the realization that you just don't know what exactly is anything now. You just repeat the same day, and it's repetitive at times. So it just gets to the same, where it gets really boring to a point where I just don't want to, keep doing it anymore. I just want to just give up entirely on what I'm doing because it generally has affected my own sense of life and sense of productivity of what I wanted to do, and I'm very lost with what to seek and what I'm actually going for. So I'm really just in such a bad spot that I have no desire where and what to do. It has generally driven me so far to think of so lowly about myself and everything around me. It's significantly made things so much harder. Um, it's usually just stuff around life that has significantly just been moving on and nothing has changed, and has added such a very rough pathway for me where I don't know exactly what I'm doing or what life has brought for me, and it's now just has caught up to me with what I want to do, and now it's just at such a hard place for me to think for myself when things like this have happened so much around my life, and I'm here to just sit here and wonder what the fuck am I doing when I don't know. It's just the same day, different year. It's the same bullshit, same. It's the same day, just different year, Go to work, come back home. Go to work, come back home. It's a repeat, and it just gets tiring. I believe a lot of people like me and a lot of other people like others out there also get tired of this repetitive bullshit that we have to seek and keep going through. Even though it is our job and it is the way of to make money, but it has significantly just adds such a pain, such a such a very unusual pathway because it just sucks. I hate it because it's so significant. Like it doesn't really benefit anyone or anything. So you just sit there wondering, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Because I'm stuck here, just wondering what kind of pathway I'm taking. So I just sit down and just look at the screen in front of me and then speak. That's how it is, That's how you think. You generally just lost so in thought because you don't know exactly what you're doing because it's the same day, different year process over and over again. Bullshit. And I get it. It's repetitive. It gets really annoying for me myself. And, I've been stuck with what to do on what videos to make. And this is one of them that I have saved up in the background for a little bit. So I could significantly know what I'm doing for the next video. But this is one of them. And the next one's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be very interesting. What I'm going to say next video. But, yeah, it's generally just brought such a heartache to my desire because I don't know, I just don't know what I'm doing, and everyone doesn't know what they're doing. It's the same day. It's the same day in paradise, and it just gets annoying. It gets, just a headache to do the same thing every day. I don't know if it's called boredom, if it's just become just boredom to just do the repetitive thing every day, and that's why I just have no desire of adventure, and it has significantly just sucked out my life. Like, work has sucked out so much of my life that I have really not much to do and not much to think about, just working and work non-stop, and it has added such a very still mindset in my head that I am really stuck in one spot and one place at all times, where I don't really want to be in this one spot and one place at all times. I want to be somewhere where I can think clearly without, having this repetitive stuff happening to me all the time. Sure, you could say I get hobbies and get all this other stuff, but this adds up, you know. It also gets repetitive. After a long while, after you've done it for a long time, you can clearly tell me that it does get repetitive after you have done martial arts or like 15 years, 20 years, doesn't matter how long, 5 years, and you realize how very exhausting it becomes, and just, you know, seeing the same stuff every day. Yeah, sure, you get to meet different people every week and every day, because every normal people move on to different hobbies. Where they don't like karate, if they don't like martial arts, they switch to something else like soccer, football, whatever sports related stuff. And sure, that's great for them, but for me, it doesn't work for me like that. I generally think it's just in my head kind of what I think, where if I'm stuck in this like pathway where same day, different year, I'm just stuck in this kind of way because of how the world functions and how everything has been going so far in this society and a way of the world thinking. And it's, you know, it gets very just annoying, you know. It doesn't really help. And, you know, I wish I had someone beside me, like a partner, as you would say. And someone to be there for you, to sit by you and be there for you every day. Even if, you know, they're not home on time, or they come home late from a job, at least they're always there, you know. And they're always there to actually just, you know, help me layer that, you know, that fucking words and all the stuff onto them for a little bit, and where they can do the same with me in that sense of morality way of thinking. And it's, you know, it would be much easier for me if they did that, you know. But it's, you know, it's just it's so much harder when I think about it, when it's not like that easy. It's not like a roller coaster, but that's how it is. It's always going to be like a roller coaster, because it's just up and down constantly, and it's never going to change. I mean, if I get a girlfriend or something like that, or a partner, it might change a little bit, might, you know, significant the blow on what I'm thinking every day, working and non-working every day, and coming back home, sitting on a computer like this, and talking to you guys. But this has helped me more than anything, and I wouldn't trade anything for it. Sure, I have 195 subs. Okay, crazy. That's not a significant amount of number, but it's still a good amount of number. There's people every day that I see watching my content, and, you know, commenting on my content, saying that, you know, I'm not doing so bad, that my content is good, and that people actually enjoy watching what I say and what I talk about. And that's what has added such a significant growth for me, because it's helped me out so much, where I usually would say, you know, I want to give up on what I'm doing here because it's not doing much. Like, no one's watching my content, no one's, you know, subscribing, no one's commenting, no one's really caring. And that's why I would change, you know, content style, like I did before, like I did now, actually. What am I talking about? Anyway, I did now. And I used to do car content, but now I don't do that anymore. That content has long significantly just died out, because I didn't think it was working. So the car content is gone now. That's why I'm doing this kind of content, because I think it has benefited me in, you know, talking about my feelings. And I think this has significantly helped me. When I was seeing content like this being made by other people, I generally thought this was a good idea for me as well, where I could just, you know, rant, or nonetheless talk about things that I think need to be talked about, like philosophy wise, like, you know, I talk about philosophy topics, something like that. Or I could just talk generally about myself, and it adds benefit to, you know, people who are younger than me, or people around my age who could also help me, or I could help them. It just adds such a better mindset for me, and what people will think about me near the end of where I ever go with this channel. If this channel suddenly blows up near the future, or 20 years later, or 10 years later, or 5 years later, however long it is, this would be such a career goal that has added such a new weight for me, where I don't need to see my life as the same day, different year bullshit, where it has to be a constant drag and me thinking constantly nothing where my life is going. I want to explore different countries. I want to go somewhere different. I don't want to see the same boring, tedious pathway of nothing at all. And really, that would really much help me out if that could be achieved.